Hey everybody, welcome back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. I'm Bill, and this is my first real flight in the JustFlight Turbo Aero. I have flown around in the regular Aero for a long time, both in X-Plane and in Microsoft. I have stayed away from the turbo plane because the turbos fly so much differently from a regular naturally aspirated piston. But I decided to give this a shot because I do like JustFlight stuff so much, and this is just a little bit faster, some more usable speed for cross country in Pilot Edge. It's kind of similar cruise-wise to like a baby Bonanza, somewhere like Debonair, doing about, but just say 150 knots. So it's a lot faster than the regular Aero. This is the T-tail version. There's a cruciform and a T-tail. This one is a little bit sketchy because you can see here that, well, I mean, no, I'll do this display capture here real quick. Usually the prop wash is going over the elevator, but when this thing gets slow, there's nothing except airflow going over the elevator. So it gets really hard to control. So you've got to come in a little bit faster. I have 0 T time and 0 T-tail time and 0 turbo time. My old instructor had flown a T-tail Aero and said that it's just like it's a pain in the ass to land. So that seems like a fun thing to do in the simulator, is do something that's a pain in the ass in the real world. But like I said, this is really about having cruise performance at higher altitudes. And that's great for Western expansion pilot edge flying or FS economy runs where 120, 130 knots is really, really slow. And this is just a little bit more usable speed. It's probably a 5 to 6 hour flight from LA to the Seattle area, roughly. So that kind of performance is pretty good for a single engine piston plane. And it's Sunday, so it's also beer time. But I also picked up the Orbix Santa Barbara scenery and Catalina scenery. So I'm going to fly from Santa Barbara to Catalina, which is a little bit of a weird route for me. I'm not leaving John Wayne like normal. Getting to Catalina, it's going to be a lot simpler, honestly, than the John Wayne. At least for this plane, like we're already going to be up at 5,500 feet, and we basically dump out over the coastal route right where we need to cross. So I'm very excited to check out, particularly the Catalina from Orbix. This one I have not flown into Santa Barbara yet, so I don't really have much reference. It looks really nice, and I do plan on going there. So I wanted to pick up the scenery while it was on sale. And the Orbix difference, the difference from the Orbix scenery and the freeware one, which is fantastic, is that Orbix adds some extra stuff around the island, which I really want to see. I'm really interested on how that turns out. So anyway, let's get our taxi going here. It should be pretty straightforward, but Santa Barbara ground, Aero 204 Lima Echo. We're at signature, ready to taxi. Santa Barbara ground, Aero 204 Lima Echo. We're at signature, ready to taxi.
204 Lima Echo, Santa Barbara ground. There you are. Runway 25, taxi via Juliet.
25 via Juliet, Aero 204 Lima Echo. Oh my God. Only mildly embarrassing. Oh, frickin' hell. What are you gonna do? Clear to the left, clear to the right. At least I didn't shut the thing down. At least I didn't reboot. That would have been really bad. Alright, everything's on. Hilarious. Whoa!
John Wayne Tower, 5 Mike 0 on a mist.
Departure 128.1.
28-1, see ya.
What was that? So I haven't had really any time with this plane, so I'm gonna be playing around with the power settings on this, and I don't want to blow it up. I know that it can very easily blow up, but I haven't had my conversation with Brad going over turbo techniques. Obviously, the POH is going to be a great resource for all that stuff, and I just want to make sure that managing the power and plane realistically moving forward. This is really just going to test out how it feels, just how it flies kind of in general, and it's not going to be much difference from the regular Aero, but landing characteristics might be a little bit different with the tail, and we're definitely going to be going a little bit faster. So there's over boosting, there's shock cooling, there's all kinds of fun stuff that we have to be mindful of, which I am aware of but not properly trained on, and I do consider those things very different, and the sim environment is obviously one that I am happy to be a little bit shaky on. What's up, Shane? Yeah, we're gonna try not to overboost it on takeoff, and yeah, I think we're ready to go.
Piper 8 Delta Lima. We had to disconnect and reconnect, so we cleared the continue taxi to 25.
That's fine.
Santa Barbara Tower, Aero 204 Lima Echo, holding short 25.
204 Lima Echo, Santa Barbara Tower, runway 25, cleared for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 25 Aero 204 Lima Echo. Okay. So we're gonna go lights, camera, action, fuel.
Approaching runway 25.
Shane, that's four
Entered
too many
runway
at least.
25. 6,000 feet remaining.
I hope it went good for you though.
Right, clear for takeoff.
That's still a lot, man.
Cleared for takeoff, 28 right, Cessna 7 Delta Delta.
Okay, let's. I don't know why I'm flying this so gingerly. Oops. There we go. Okay, power is set, airspeed is alive. A little bit wonky. Oh god. There it goes. Okay. So I need a little bit of sensitivity adjustment there. Yeah, it was just the custom livery one is the one that I used. All right, so we're at or below.
Echo verify squawk 3353.
3353 Aero 204 Lima Echo. I think it just was on. All right, so far so good. Well, it's good. Yeah, Shane, like we said, your instructor is the one to.
Farley Echo's still not coming through. You're in 2020, yeah?
Yeah, we are. I'll check that. Hang on.
So you can try turning the number up a couple and then back to your assigned squawk, or try recycling it through the client.
Any of that working for Lima Echo?
For Lima Echo, that's the trick. Radar contact, tank cutting departure.
Departure Aero 204 Lima Echo. Whoops.
Fuck.
6262
Oh,
Tango,
let's-
3 miles from Sudoc, fly heading 090.
Let's get back on our
3,400 till established local eyes are cleared out. Left runway 6 approach.
assigned stuff here.
3,400 until established, clear approach.
Walker 785, contact Oval Center 128.7.
Santa Barbara approach, Arrow 204, Lima Echo 1,400 restricted.
Okay, Lima Whiskey, flighting 090.
090 ready.
204 Lima Echo, Santa Barbara departure, cancel altitude restriction, resume on navigation.
ONAV and altitude, Arrow 204, Lima Echo. Alright. A little bit of a wonky start. I can see through that. That's not a cloud, just so everybody knows. Can see right through that. Can see right through it. Not a cloud. Okay, so we're gonna try to keep this climb going here. We'll be out of these clouds. Not a great smooth start to the flight, but I gotta figure out the sensitivity curves on the rudders on that rollout. That seemed a little bit more touchy on the rollout. So that's something that we'll have to correct. Overboosted it for a second, but I think we're good on that. So I'm gonna keep creeping up the manifold pressure and see where that overboost light comes on, and that's just right on the above the first OBS there, nav 1. So there's 35. There's 40, still nothing. There's overboost. Okay, so 40. So climbing out at 40.
SoCal departure, November 91341 at 2300
There's
feet.
the
climbing to
Orbic Santa
4,000.
Barbara. That looks awesome. That terminal looks really cool.
1341, so go departure ident.
91341, will ident.
Looks really cool. So the climb performance, I'm climbing probably pretty fast for this plane, and that's at 105, and we're still getting 1,000 feet per minute. That's about 8 degrees nose up, climb out, 105. There's 1,200 feet per minute. That's pretty good. No idea how that compares to the real plane, but that is that's pretty good. Get trimmed out. It's a realistic, healthier aero, which I like. You know, it's not like a simulator. We just fly it balls to the wall.
62 Tango, contact
It's
Cameron, Tower 1,
theoretically
1945.
some real performance. Alright, I'm going to get 24/7 ready to go. That is Point Magoo. We'll see if that is where we get handed off to. Still getting just under 1,000 feet per minute on the climb out. God, this sim can look so pretty. I love this default livery too. That is the custom livery. So freaking Italian. I love it. I'm not a fan of the T-tail, but it actually does look pretty good.
Contact Los Angeles Center 134.65. See ya. Roger 1 with uniform contact Los Angeles Center 134.65.
Alright, and there's our altitude. So let's get the heading bug around here. And turn that. Get that situated so I can kind of focus on the...
Roger 1 with uniform, you need to fix your audio. This is like the third call. Contact Los
So there's
Angeles
30.
134.65.
30 is about the cruise in this. 30 and 20, 23. So we'll pull that back.
Correction 4 Delta Foxtrot, contact Monte Tower 121.2 squawk VFR. 121.2 squawk VFR 4 Delta Fox.
Okay. So that's 2350. 30. 31's a little bit high.
35.45 Mike Sierra.
But we'll just call that a little bit. 30 plus 23.
Flying runway heading up to Santa Barbara.
What's up, Dilly?
That was blocked.
Blocked.
Santa Barbara departure, 58 Delta Lima's with you, 1500.
And also with you.
Roger 1 with uniform Los Angeles Center, negative.
Alright, I'm going to get the
2984.
coastal route in here.
Los Angeles departure, Diamond 654 Mike Sierra 4000.
654 Mike Sierra, SoCal.
What's the switch do to the left of the landing rate switch?
Either need to,
Which one?
I'm not sure which runway you came off of. Either you need to make the initial turn properly, or you need to contact the tower and advise that you're over a mile from the runway. You don't need to be 12 miles out on runway heading. What are your intentions?
I mean,
Okay.
I don't know. Tower just told me to swap over, and there was nothing on the SID saying to turn. So
13.6.
654 Mike Sierra, which runway did you come off of?
24 left.
323.
All right, 4 Mike Sierra, in that case, you would fly to the runway heading and then advise the tower that you've been, you're past a mile past the departure end of the runway, or a minute has passed. You don't just fly out forever. I mean, you're...
Okay, big red switch. That's the gear,
Okay, roger that. I'm gonna go ahead and
gear
disconnect.
unsafe light,
Right, 8 level whiskey to maintain 5.
if that's what you're talking about.
SoCal approach, Sky 105 Mike Sierra, level 5000. We have Zulu.
Dilly, I am doing great, man. How are you?
105 Mike Sierra.
I just watched the Harry's Garage video on the MSO SLR, which was cool.
Yankee 26 left. Where you want to start from?
Okay, let's check out our performance.
We'll start from, I can't
Awesome,
pronounce
Shane. Thanks, man.
Dyseg.
So we are doing 140 true.
105 Mike Sierra, that's affirmative. Clear direct Dyseg, cross Dyseg at 5000, clear on Nav, Yankee runway 26 left approach. Okay, direct Dyseg.
148
we'll
over
cross
there.
at 5000 or above. Clear
At our
to the
current
RNAV,
settings. So that's fine. We'll call it 150 over the ground. That's pretty good. And it would presumably get better the higher you get.
Delta Lima, Santa Barbara departure, cancel out the restriction, resume on navigation.
Cancel altitude on navigation at Delta Lima, thank you.
Second approach, have another 414 Juliet Sierra, 9000. 414 Juliet Sierra, SoCal, approach Ontario, altimeter 2982 to maintain 7000. 2982 down to 7000, 414 Juliet Sierra.
Sweet. Oh, that's cruise checklist. I like that light. They actually have the fuel pump light. Okay. Oh, just above the mixture control? That is the
Alright, then Whiskey, turn right at 180.
fuel pump.
Turn right heading 180.
Hang on 1 sec. I gotta, someone just showed up and delivered something.
Ford Duo Sierra, clear direct Jet6.
Direct has Jet6, Ford Duo Sierra.
Ford Duo Sierra, do you have a approach request?
Yeah, we're just going to shoot the RNAV 18 for Jet6 as we go.
Okay, I'm back. Okay. We're back. Just had a bunch of booze delivered. Okay, so coastal route is ready to go. Did I show this? So we have nav 1 is tuned up to LAX, and we're going to follow that radial. And that's pretty much it. Very simple. Very quiet route as well. All flight, man. I'm going to have to get a refill too. Sweet. Okay, so I can kind of start coming over, I think, to the left a little bit. Fly right over Santa Paula.
Lima Whiskey, flighting 240.
Because it's too far offshore. Yeah, that would be what we call a wet footprint, and I would not ever do that in a single. Right about there. That's pretty
Lima Whiskey, 3 miles from Vita, maintain 4,000 slope
That
slope
pretty much
clear low plaza runway 27 approach.
should do it. Channel Islands off our wing. Yeah, dude, I like this livery. This is cool. Nice little Italiano. Yeah, that is. I like that. Yeah, that is sweet. I would absolutely have a plane with that livery. That would be badass. That would be super badass. If anyone's new here today, thank you very much for joining. This is the Discord. Check that out. I don't know. Are we all? Is this everyone's a regular today? If you're new here, if you've never been here before, hello, thank you. My name is Bill. I'm a private pilot out of John Wayne in SoCal, and if you're interested in general aviation streams, that is pretty much all I do, and hopefully try to connect it to real world stuff as much as I can. And yeah, welcome. Right now we're flying over Ventura, the city of Ventura. We're just south of Santa Barbara, and that is the PCH right there, Pacific Coast Highway. And yeah, this is Ventura right here. And then past that is Oxnard and Catalina and Santa Paula, all places that we know very well. Yeah, it's not as good as having my stupid face really big. No, Slayer. I am not flying towards the LAX VOR. I am flying to intercept a particular radial off the LAX VOR.
4,500, we have Tango.
You're turned around, Dave. Yeah, this is northwest of John Wayne.
798, 8,000 Bravo.
Yeah. First time catching it live.
2 miles, same direction, Skyhawk at 5,000.
Dude, that's awesome.
Maintain 6,000.
We have him in sight down to 6,000.
That is awesome. So I need a Bravo clearance. So I'm flying.
Traffic 9 o'clock, 2 miles eastbound, Pilatus 7,000, descending 6,000.
Alright, we got 8 at Zulu, so we're in the clouds right now, but we see him on the ADSB, so we'll look out for him. 5 mics here.
As soon as I get a hot tub, Nate. But yeah, so we're doing a Bravo transition, and I'll pull up the
4-0 contact March approach
I'll pull up
133.5.
the chart here. So basically, what I'm doing is flying. That is a really tiny line. I'm flying this direction here, so I can intercept this radial, get cleared into the Bravo, and then come down that way. That's what we're doing.
Cross Jet6 at 5, clear down F18 and 2982 for 4 and 4 Judiciary.
So this is gonna, once we're closer, it'll come alive, and then, I'll turn on to that radio once I'm cleared onto this transition.
Alright, 1 Whiskey uniform, able to continue for the I-5. Not paying attention for your call sign. You're answering everybody else's calls multiple times, and then when I call you, you're not answering. Pay attention.
Yeah, more or less, Slayer. For this flight, I would request flight following to a destination because they need to put something on the strip, and at what altitude. And in this particular case, because we're going to be transitioning through the Bravo, I give them that information as well. So destination, cruising altitude, and method of navigating the Bravo. Those are the 3 things that they kind of need to know. It depends on the communication. Likely, Santa Barbara is probably not going to pass that information along to SoCal. So I would need, as soon as I went from Santa Barbara, or in this case, Point Magoo, which is who we'd be on with right now, to SoCal, SoCal would want to know how we plan on transitioning. I just get into the habit of letting them know, just in case, just to cut down on future conversations if they do have that, if they do pass that information along. There's one of my favorite airports right there, Santa Paula. That place is a freaking blast. So I chose 5,500 because that is the altitude on the transition. So you can see here the altitudes that are available. 5,500 is the southbound altitude. So it makes it really easy to pick altitudes when you have a published transition that has an altitude at it. Yeah, we've I think everyone that's been on Pilot Edge gets yelled at one point or another, Craig. I get yelled at all the time. And it's totally fine. As long as you're actively trying to learn, it's totally fine. Yeah, Schwartzy too. Schwartzy's a jet pilot. He flies a private jet, and he gets yelled at, apparently. I am far less trained as Schwartzy, but I get yelled at a lot. So you took off towards a heading to intercept the radial you were going after. More or less, Yes, Slayer, more or less. I mean, a lot of it comes down to pilotage and just knowing, like, this mountain ridge right here. I'm gonna do display capture. This ridge right here, I know that is basically the border of the LAX Bravo. So I am just looking at that, and I know that the Sepulveda Pass is basically where the routing goes. So it's very much VFR, and I am looking. I know where that radial goes. I know that radial goes from LAX out over the valley, just east of Van Nuys, and I'm intercepting that. So technically, yes, I am flying to a heading that's intercepting the radial, but I am only flying to the heading because I know which direction to fly in just from looking out the window. But technically speaking, yes, it would be a heading to intercept the radial. Green and white 150. All right, I'll keep a lookout.
Exchange approved. You get one target. Looks like he's in a pattern down there. Have a good one.
Score base exchange approved. And yeah, we'll look out for him. Yeah, thanks for the heads up. See you later.
Okay, how's our cruise speed? Have we just been pegged at 148 over the ground, 143 true? All right, so that seems to be the sweet spot, at least at this altitude. Just going through the CAT ratings on pilotage. I'm working towards my PPL up in Ontario, but have been grounded since April. Back to flying the end of the week, though. That's awesome, man. Very cool. Well, this will definitely help keep you, relatively sharp and going through the procedures. So that should not be a difficult transition.
Mike here, contact Ontario Tower 120.6. Have a good landing.
I've been flying the Pain of Fear in the sim.
We're going to go mist here, and we hope we can get the flying.
Yeah, it's awesome. This plane is very fun.
See you in a bit.
Roger.
Whoa.
One with uniform cross wig at maintaining 1010,000. The Las Vegas altimeter 2976.
Okay. What's up, Hawks? Dude, I like it so far, man. We're rocking the T-tail right now. We're gonna have to land a little bit fast, at least to test it out at first. But yeah, I'm excited for these cruise speeds. I think it's going to be a plane that I fly a bit in the sim because it just makes these, it's a better interior, graphically speaking, than like the Bonanza is. The Bonanza is obviously a much better plane by far, and faster, and just in general better. But this is graphically better, more lived in. So I'll take it. Top of the hour. We're gonna go to the right tank. Fuel pressure stabilized. Good. Turn off fuel pump. Yeah, I know. I want to get it up as well. See how drastic the performance increases higher up. But yeah, I'll definitely have to do that. Maybe we'll do it tonight. Yeah. Okay, so is not visually entertaining. Just right through Central California, huh? Alright, now we should be getting Hawks. We're flying to Catalina right now. Yep. There is actually Simviator. Yeah, they have their own listener, whatever. I can't remember what they call it, but yeah, they do, and it's pretty awesome. I listened to it a lot starting out. Not as much as live ATC, but a good amount. Cows and mountains, yeah.
Bakersfield approach, November 178 Alpha Bravo. We have the airfield inside.
Rob, thank you.
See if I
Bakersfield Tower
pump
18.1,
up
squawk
the
84.
RPMs just a little bit.
1 squawk 84, November 8 Alpha Bravo.
There's 2350. How does that change?
One Lima Echo contact, so got approach 134.2.
34.2, 4 Lima Echo, see you.
Hello. Hi.
November 8961 Victor, welcome. SoCal approach, good evening, Arrow 204 Lima Echo 5500. We are southbound on the coastal route.
204 Lima Echo, SoCal approach, Burbank altimeter 2984.
2984 Arrow 204 Lima Echo. Pink. Awesome. It is, yeah, that's one of my main complaints about it, but yeah, Pilot Edge is awesome. Is very awesome. French Valley to Santa Monica, northeast. They would have gone northeast.
The one with uniform, Roger. It's because you were answering everyone else's calls, all the other call signs, even when they weren't similar. And then when I was trying to get a hold of you, you weren't answering me.
It's a little bumpy. Yeah, and like, I kind of figured out how to figure out who to call up, but yeah, it's so much easier with Pilot Edge when you have guaranteed coverage and you know exactly what frequencies to use. To me, it makes it so much easier, even though it's technically more or theoretically more difficult because it's a little bit more strict. But yeah, I find it so much easier. Yeah.
Santa Barbara approach. This is Charlie Golf Romeo Juliet Mike, about 7 miles southeast of Santa Maria, requesting flight following to Bakersfield.
CGRJM, Santa Barbara.
Yeah, it's really nice to have all real world materials just be. I mean, if you treat Pilot Edge as if you're in a real plane, you will not have any problems at all, which is really nice.
Squawk 1634 and IDAT.
But for me, it's just having the coverage. I'd rather be stuck to one region and know that I'm having coverage than have the freedom to go wherever and potentially not have coverage. Yeah. Well, it helps to, you know, learn various, learn navigation.
0025, time now 0005 and 1/2. Let me know when you're ready to depart the hold.
All right, 0025, and we'll let you know when we're ready to depart the hold. 5 lengths here. We got, just FYI, we got a 255 heading up to 4,000. Is that still good?
5 mics here, yeah, that's fine. They just didn't tell me. So you wanted to do the holding pattern, is that correct?
Yeah, I want to do the published hold if I can. And still, that 255 is good for the first 6, and then we'll just turn out again.
SoCal approach, Cirrus 231 Charlie Delta is with you, 1,300, climbing 4,000.
201 Charlie Delta, SoCal departure, for contact. 5 Mike Sierra, declared to Paradise VOR via direct. Hold as published on the RNAV Yankee runway 26 left approach procedure. And you have your EFT 0025.
Alright, direct Paradise, and we'll hold as per procedure 5 Mike Sierra.
1 Charlie Delta, say request.
1 Charlie Delta, we'd like to do the Burbank 08 ILS.
1 Charlie Delta, right is sliding 260, vector ILS runway 8 approach.
260 on the heading 1 Charlie Delta.
SoCal approach, Aero 204 Lima Echo. We are established on the 323 radio for the southbound coastal route.
4 Lima Echo, contact SoCal approach 134.9er.
34.9er, Aero 4 Lima Echo. So this is a little bit of a pilot edgeism. SoCal approach, Aero 204 Lima Echo, 5,500 established on the coastal route southbound.
204 Lima Echo, SoCal approach, cleared through Bravo airspace, coastal route southbound, maintain VFR 5,500 while in Bravo airspace, LA altimeter 2986.
Clear through the Bravo, we'll stay at 5,500, Aero 204 Lima Echo, thanks. So usually you'd get cleared way back, like by Camarillo, probably. That's typically what will happen. Once you're established on the radial itself, which we're a little bit to the right of right now, which is fine, you just like point it towards the end of the runway, and you don't have to look at much, because the VOR is at the end of the runway for LAX. So just look out the window, fly towards the end of the runway, and make it a straight line, and you're good to go. And then on the way out, we're on a 123 heading, which is just a quick little turn to the left, pretty much. They're really not strict too much about that. I mean, it's, you know, they'll let you know, but it's usually not too bad. And just make sure to stay at that altitude. They'll often, for traffic reasons, send you at different altitudes.
Army 261, heading 250.
So we just kind of
through 1,000
you know,
for 3,000.
You're just getting vectored, basically, and just comply. And you know, if you can't, let them know. But you know, go down to 5,000 for traffic. Go up to 6,000 for traffic. You know, turn left 10 for whatever.
You can remain on it. You can continue on the missed approach as published. The heading the tower gave you, if they gave you a 255 heading, that cancels the approach path, and you can't. There's no way to get back on it. There's no way for us to clear you back on it. So I gave you direct Paradise. But if you're on it, you can remain on it.
All right, roger that. Sorry, but we're turning inbound to it right now anyway. 5 Mike Sierra.
Roger that. Army 261, SoCal departure, radar contact, report reaching VFR on top.
Report reaching VFR on top, Army 261.
Okay. I'm excited to check out this Catalina, but yeah, so far I she's running great. We're not really pushing it altitude wise. You know, if we want to go oxygen on board, I think we'd be going a little bit better. 144 true, 148 over the ground. You know, it's not setting any land speed records, but it's pretty good. You know, not using a ton of fuel. So you can see I just pointed the nose. We were a little bit to the right of the radial. pointed the nose at the end of the runway, and you can see now that we're slowly kind of intercepting as it gets more sensitive, that radial, which is nice. And then we'll just make a slight little turn to the left, and basically at Point Furman we will head over to Catalina.
One Charlie Delta, 7 miles from Buddy, turn right heading 050, maintain 3,600 until established localizer. Cleared out, that's runway 8 approach.
050 on the heading, and was that 3,800?
3,600.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm always slant 4 flight. Just as a backup. A lot of the local flights that I'll do don't really need 4 flight. The key to flying in SoCal is talk to SoCal,
Army 261,
stay out of the Bravo.
Not on top yet.
If you can do those two things, it's super simple and easy to fly here. So I'm on with SoCal. We're doing a published transition, so we're in the Bravo right now. So we're mindful of what's going on right now. But other than that, if I just know where the Bravo is, stay away from it. It's very, very easy to fly around and navigate because you have such distinct geographical features that you can navigate very, very simply from. We've got mountains, we've got coast, we've got...
Climb 2 report reaching VFR on top. Climb 2, maintain 6.
That's awesome looking.
Okay, climb to 6,000 and report reaching VFR on top, Army 261.
The IFR. No, this is the coastal route, and I would. I'm going to be a little bit pedantic, Dave, and calling it a corridor is not really correct. I don't think there's an actual FAA definition of corridor, but generally I think of a corridor as the absence of Bravo. I think that New York special flight rules, I think that is not Bravo. There's a little corridor in San Diego which is the absence of Bravo.
SoCal Army 261.
The special flight rules in LAX is going through Bravo, but published with some published,
I'm not sure why they didn't give you a route. I'm going to get one put together for you.
a particular set of things you have to do in order to do that transition legally. But it's not a corridor. It's a transition. It's a published transition that you happen to not talk to anybody.
We're just coming up at 6,500. We're going to continue.
Correct, on New York. Okay, yeah. So that Hudson corridor is no Bravo. You're not flying through the Bravo.
You still have to abide by your route when you're VFR on top. You still have to take your IFR route, which is right now is radar vectors direct. That's not going to work. So I'm going to get a route for you. Flighting 020.
You know what? We'll cancel IFR. We're VFR right now. We'll fly on our own. Cancel IFR now. Army 261.
Army 261, that works too. Army IFR cancellation is received. Do you want to continue radar service?
Yeah, we'd like that, please.
Army 261, roger. Maintain VFR on this frequency.
Maintain VFR this frequency. Army 261, we're on our way to 8,500.
That's a cool looking plane, man. I dig that. That's a great livery. I like the design on the cowling too. Looks cool. No, yeah, dude, it is just me being pedantic, not
118.7.
It's call the corridor all the time.
And SoCal approach 105 Mike 0, establishing the hold.
Roger. TGRJM, contact Los Angeles Center 135.5. 135.5 for Romeo Juliet Mike. Mike. 31 Whiskey Uniform.
Pilot
contact Las
Micus
Vegas Bird,
and
118.4.
Keith25 Foxtrot, welcome to the Discord. Thank you guys for following. Catalina, man. Yeah, I'm excited for this. So what we're going to do is, yeah, 34.9. What we're going to do is do a full stop taxi back. Yeah, it does sound really good. Even the sounds like on the ground are good too. Just the whole package is great.
531 Whiskey Uniform, level at 10,000.
51 Whiskey Uniform, Las Vegas approach, maintain 7,000, expect visual approach runway 19er right, the Las Vegas altimeter 2975.
So we'll land, full stop taxi back, or I guess land, taxi, check out the scenery, and then we'll do a little
Los Angeles Center, this is
island tour.
Charlie Golf Romeo Juliet Mike, about 7 miles southwest of the Fellows Viewer. Charlie Golf Romeo Juliet Mike, Los Angeles Center. When you're passed from one ATC facility to the next, you don't need to report your position, you need to say your altitude. So I'll need your altitude at the Los Angeles Center, Bakersfield altimeter 2978. Current altitude 7,500 for Romeo Juliet Mike. Okay, thank you.
All right, we're almost out of the Bravo.
SoCal approach, Skyhawk 105 Mike 0.
Beautiful Orange County.
We're going to do one turn and a hold here, and if you're okay with it, we'll just disconnect.
5 Mike 0, anytime you like.
All right, well, we'll just advise that we're disconnecting when we're done, 5 Mike 0.
Roger.
Second approach, hello, and another 414 Juliet Sierra with the VFR request.
4 Lima Echo, leaving Bravo airspace, contact SoCal approach 128.1.
28-1, Arrow 204, Lima Echo.
414 Juliet Sierra, SoCal approach, squawk 4041, ident.
4041 and ident 414 Juliet Sierra.
SoCal approach, Arrow 204, Lima Echo, 5,500 direct Catalina.
204 Lima Echo, SoCal approach, John Wayne altimeter 2985.
2985, Arrow 204, Lima Echo. So if you were not using ForeFlight, would you have to use a time and visual landmarks to ask ATC to let you know when you were out of the Bravo? I don't care. Yeah, I got cleared in. I don't care when I'm out. Like, doesn't matter to me. Just let me know what you want, guys. Yeah, it doesn't matter at all. I'll usually get like a clear to descend earlier, or like direct Huntington Beach Pier when you're over Torrance, like still in the Bravo. Once you're in, they're generally pretty flexible. I mean, we've gotten altitude changes for weather and like it's not as like scary as you think. Once you're in, you know, they don't really care too much. And that's not the same for every Bravo. San Diego cares even less. But LA, once you're in,
ASOS is 120.6.
you're pretty. You're fine.
Flight 360, vector visual approach, report to airfield in sight. Currently 10 o'clock, 15 miles.
531 Whiskey Uniform, flight 360, report inside.
Okay, Delta Lima, contact Santa Monica Tower 120.1, squawk VFR.
SoCal approach, Cirrus 231 Charlie Delta, 3,300,
So we
climbing
are
4,000.
Still
231 Charlie Delta.
dry. So you can see the glide ratio right here, which isn't exactly, this is for a PA-28, not for the Aero, but so it's probably worse than this, honestly. But you can see the glide ring, we want the glide ring to be touching land as long as possible. When it's not touching land, that is what you'd call a wet footprint. So how long is your wet footprint? Like, we're going to have roughly about a minute and a half wet footprint. Something like that. So
no problem. Have a good day.
That's kind of what you're looking for here. And we're just direct to the airport. You can see it right there. You got the flashing lights on the approach end. Yeah, the glide ring, yep. That information is only as good as the information you give it as well. But we're going to be, like I said, probably like a minute and a half from, a minute and a half of a wet footprint. And that's fine. It's a very busy shipping lane, number one. Number two, you have very populated shorelines. We're on with SoCal right now.
Contact SoCal approach 135.4.
So, you know, it's still a calculated risk. It's cold water. Like, you don't want to be in this water for very long. But this is the shortest distance between Catalina and the coast. For a single engine piston, this is the only real point that I would cross at, which is Point Furman. What's up, Joey? Happy Sunday.
SoCal approach, Skyline 3025 Foxtrot on the ground at Catalina, IFR to Lindbergh.
Oh boy.
Number 3025 Foxtrot, SoCal approach, clear to Lindbergh Airport. As I'll maintain 4,000, expect 5,000 weather after departure. Departure frequency 127.4, squawk 4547, hold for release.
Clear to Lindbergh as filed. Maintain 4,000, expect 5,000 after 10. 127.4 frequency, squawking 4547, hold for release. Sky lane 3025.
25 Fox Charlie, back correct, device ready.
I will go.
Cool. All right, so we got traffic at Catalina, so we might change the approach here to accommodate.
118.75. 531 Whiskey Uniform.
Yep,
SoCal
exactly.
approach, Army 261, VFR at 8,500.
Army 261, SoCal approach, Ontario altimeter 2983.
Okay, so now we are wet. This is a wet footprint right now, but you can see that it's very close. You know, we're getting really close.
All right, 340 on the heading and climb and maintain 5,001 Charlie Delta.
Airport Lima Echo, radar service terminated, squawk VFR, free exchange approved.
We'll see you at 204 Lima Echo. Okay. Bam bam. 00. That.
Catalina traffic, Skylane 3025 Foxtrot, taxi to runway 22, southbound departure, Catalina.
Catalina traffic, Aero 204 Lima Echo. We are 10 miles to the northeast inbound, full stop, Catalina. Okay. We'll let you... H factor, you can, but you run into the Bravo if you go or you're getting close, but it doesn't make any sense to come out of the coastal route at 5,500 and then immediately climb, and it's not really necessary. The extra climb is gonna, it's gonna buy you a little bit of time, but just not really an efficient way to go. It's a calculated risk, and you gotta determine if you want to take that or not, I guess. But yeah, it's not really gonna make that much of a difference one way or the other. You're already gonna be getting wet for the most part. That plane taxiing at Catalina, how far are you from departure?
I am at the runway.
Roger that. We are 5 miles now to the northeast. If you're ready to go, we'll wait for your departure. We're going to do an overhead break.
Roger, I'm calling up now for departure.
Roger. Yeah, whether or not it's accurate. Catalina traffic, Aero 204 Lima Echo, 3 mile initial overhead break, runway 22, full stop, Catalina. Actually, I'm gonna do a little orbit. Wait for that. I'm gonna give this guy. At Catalina traffic, Aero 204 Lima Echo, we're gonna do a right-hand orbit 3 miles to the northeast, waiting for departing traffic, Catalina.
Catalina traffic, Skyline 3025 Foxtrot is rolling runway 22 southbound, Catalina.
Perfect. Perfect. So I'll get some altitude out of the way and give him a little bit of time to get out of there. So I'm probably not doing something right in terms of engine management with the descent here. I'm trying to lean it and just keep the temperatures up a little bit. We don't want to shock cool it, so I'm not really pulling the power back a whole lot. Keeping the speed up, I can kind of inch the prop forward. Keep leaning it a little bit and just keep the temps managed. I don't know if that's accurate or not, but that's what I'm going to do. Catalina traffic, Aero 204 Lima Echo, 3 mile initial right brake, runway 22 full stop, Catalina.
Catalina traffic, Skyline 3025 Foxtrot, turning eastbound, Catalina.
Alright, there we go. Keep the speed up. Just smooth air. We can keep it hauling ass here. Catalina traffic, Aero 204 Lima Echo, 1 mile initial, runway 22, right brake, Catalina. This is pretty high for a brake. Like 500 feet is pretty sweet coming in here. And I'm really having to push the nose down in order to do that, to get anywhere close to that. Getting kind of close. There's a 1,000-foot break right there.
Short final runway 22.
Yeah, that should be good. Catalina traffic, Aero 204 Lima Echo is in the break, runway 22, Catalina. Okay. Prop is coming forward.
Catalina
500.
traffic, Charlie 3025 Foxtrot, departing to the east, left call, Catalina.
Trim, trim, trim.
Catalina traffic, number 414 the brown and white T212, 4 miles east to join on the upwind runway 22 Catalina.
Catalina traffic, Aero 204 Lima Echo, right base, runway 22, full stop, Catalina. Kind of hard to judge. That looks like I'm underneath it, but that's not too bad. The speed brakes are out. Catalina traffic, Aero 204 Lima Echo, short final 22, full stop, Catalina. Dude, that looks...
Traffic 414 Juliet Sierra
fantastic.
Is overhead, joining right hand runway 22 to land, Catalina.
Ooh, I'm a little wonky there. Float town. Ooh, yeah. Oh, okay. So the rudders are way sensitive right now. So yeah, Dave, you typed that too early. It was the approach was okay, but the landing was. And remember, we do not care about landings. We're just here for the fun. This is a flight sim. They're not going to be perfect. Catalina traffic, Aero 204 Lima Echo, clear 22, Catalina.
Catalina traffic,
you did, yeah. It
right
seems like it's
22 to land, Catalina.
really, really sensitive. So, first impressions of this Aero are it's freaking awesome. And first impressions of Catalina is... It looks exactly like it. Okay. Yeah, that looks cool. All right, I'm going to leave the plane idling here. Let's lean it out there. Okay, so yeah, first impressions of the Aero are it's awesome.